Hi, second graders. It's Mrs. Stickle here. And today for Phonics, we are working on our session 7. And our I can statement is this. So mirror me. I can be on the lookout for consonants that are silent. Good job. Yeah. And let's take a look at this picture here. What do you see when you look at this picture? I feel like I see something that looks almost like a tree with some bark, with some bark on it. What do you see? Oh, we have a friend that wants to join us. Hey, Gus, how are you? Gus, what do you see when you look at this picture? Oh, I can't hear him with his mask. Let's take his mask off. Oh, Gus says that he sees a screech owl in that picture. I did not see that at first, but if I look closely, right there, I do see a screech owl. Do you? That screech owl right there is something that we call camouflaged. And when animals are camouflaged, that means that they are hiding, and they are hiding just in plain sight. And when they hide in plain sight, that is their way of protecting themselves from predators. And there's a lot of animals that do that, even big animals like giraffes camouflage themselves as a way to protect themselves from predators. Yeah, let's take a look at another one. What do you all see here? A lion. Do you see a lion, Gus? He does. He sees the lion also. Yes, and this lion is actually even camouflaging itself, hiding to protect itself in plain sight. Yes. Quickly, let's look at a couple more animals that are camouflaged. So, camouflage is really powerful. But when you know that something is there, that it's camouflaged, then you can usually figure out what's hiding, right? So now that we know it's there, what is hiding in this picture? Do you see that leaf cutter? Yes, look at that bug right there. Isn't that amazing? Now that we know it's camouflaged, it's easier for us to see. I know. And look at this. Isn't that amazing? And let's look at the name of this one. This is actually called a leaf-tailed gecko. Look at that leaf-tailed gecko. So I also want to connect this with the fact that you've been working on tackling these really challenging words really methodically, and that means part by part. So the consonants in those words have been a big help. And we know consonants are any letters that are not vowels, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. So you've been using these consonants to break these long words into smaller parts. But sometimes even our consonants are camouflaged, and that means hidden right in plain sight. So instead of disguising their bodies like an animal might, they disguise their sounds. So camouflaged consonants don't make the sound that you might expect for them to make, that you might think that a sound might make. But just remember, when you're on the lookout, we can usually figure out what is hiding. All right. So today, our really big teaching point is this. I want to teach you that some consonants can take on the sounds of the consonant that is right next to them. So be on the lookout for these consonant pairs, KN, WR, and GN. And remember that that first consonant is silent. All right? So we have worked and we've seen these words and these tricky consonant combinations before, and you might not have even known it. So let's look at the first chart picture here that says nonfiction readers grow knowledge. Gosh, let me look at this. So when I think of the word knowledge and I look at it, I see that consonant pair KN. And I might want to say knowledge if I didn't know that that word is really knowledge. And we've been looking at this chart before when we've been doing our reading, right? And we know the word is knowledge. So when I see the K and the N together, I know that that K is what? Silent, and that it takes on the sound of the consonant next to it, which is the N that says N. So that word is knowledge. So look next door to the chart next to it that says nonfiction writers. Can you spot and be on the lookout for any consonant pair that might be hidden in plain sight and camouflaged? Can you spot it? I hope that you're thinking of the WR in writers. And what do we see there? We see that the W is what? Silent. We don't say writers. We just say writers. So it takes on the sound of the R next to it, doesn't it? Next, let's look at a consonant combination that we don't see quite as much. And this one is the GN combination. And if you see a picture right here, this is actually a tiny flying bug that is called a gnat. A gnat. And a lot of times when you look at this word, we just want to say a gnat. And a lot of people, sometimes even grown-ups, might say it like that when they see it because we don't see it very much. But don't do it. Don't fall for it. Because if you see a G and an N consonant combination together, the G is what, guys? Say it with me. Silent. Doesn't make a sound. You're just going to make the sound n of the consonant next to it. So the word is gnat. That tiny little annoying flying bug is a gnat. It sure is. Great job. So let's chant these consonant combinations to remember the three ones that we just worked on. K-N, knowledge. N. W-R, writers. G-N, gnats. N. Good job. Great work. So today, you guys, as you head off and you are doing your reading in your nonfiction books, I want you to really be on the lookout. Show me. For these consonant combinations that make the first silent letter, the KN, the WR, and the GN. And when you spot them, while you're reading, if you see any, jot them down in your reader's notebook and let us know. You did a great job listening today. Thank you so much, my little readers, my writers, and my great phonics experts.